What's going on, people, man? We back for another episode of It's Time for Some Pure Shit. Today, I got a special guest with me. Some of y'all may know her, some of y'all may not know her, but I ain't gonna do like I did on my last episode. I'm gonna allow her to introduce herself. Introduce yourself for me, baby.
Hey, what's up, everybody? It's MIASIA Simone. I'm just happy to be here. I don't know what he got me doing today, but we gonna talk about some stuff.
Man, I got you here strictly to talk about some pure shit. You know what I'm saying? Everything here gonna be pure. When I say pure, raw and uncut, and with facts, you know what I mean? Just we're gonna get into your life, we're gonna get into my life, we're gonna get into society, and we're just gonna have a general conversation for the general public. That's what some pure shit is. You feel me? That's what it is. So hey, look, do me a favor, cause I know you've been knowing you for a long time, watching your grind. You know what I'm saying? That's one of the reasons I wanted to have you on my show, is because I respect the hustle, and it's from a woman. And you know, I just want everybody to know how you got where you at today, and explain to the people what you do.
So for right now, I'm just a media correspondent, lack of better terms. But
you undervaluing yourself.
Okay, I'm a media mogul. Let's put it like that. So I'm a mogul in the making, I want to say, because I'm still, I still feel like there's a lot of room to grow and a lot that I'm trying to accomplish. But I mean, I work with all different types of people. Like one thing I can say in the media industry, I am known, like people know me. If I'm just, it doesn't matter what kind of event it is. It'll literally be, I'll see somebody I know, and that's just from me building my brand up. I started off interviewing indie artists, worked my way up from there. Indie artists started getting, rising. So as they rise, I rise. Because if I stay with them and I follow their story as a journalist, then I move up. So now, I ended up talking to A-listers, B-listers, whoever, who's, and it just went from there. And then recently, I went to the Revolt Summit. That's what everybody talks about.
Social. Went viral.
Yeah, I went to
Tell the story.
Shout out to my best friend, Fly Guy DC. He was hosting the Welcome to Atlanta concert with DJ Drama that day. And he put me on the list to go with him. And they gave us 3-day passes. It wasn't just a 1-day pass to go to the event. So they didn't go back. I was like, I'm going back. I'm taking advantage of this band. I get there I missed the Friday. I went Thursday, missed Friday, went Saturday. Saturday, I get there. I was like, I'm going to be there from 11 till it closed.
You just going to put the work in.
Yeah, I just sat there. I was listening to the panels. The first panel was Terrence J and Tiana Taylor. So they were talking. They did their whole little spiel, talking about Tiana Taylor's life behind the camera and what she goes through. And I asked a question. I stood up and asked a question. I was like, at what point do you stop doing free work? Because, as a media correspondent and a personality, we do so much free work. Like, people don't understand, especially starting out. You don't get paid to do interviews. Yeah. I mean, I saw my first check for an interview maybe 2019, the beginning.
And it was a couple $100, right?
Yeah, it was a couple $100. So it still wasn't it's still what I'm worth. Yeah.
What you invested into.
Yeah, but I'm blessed to have had some people to believe in my craft and say, hey, you know what? I'm going to pay you for what you're worth. I'm going to pay you for your time. What is your price? And I tried to tell them a price. They was like, I know that's not your price. And so I told them the real price, and they paid me that price.
So did they feel like you was undercutting? Like they feel like it wasn't enough?
Yeah.
Wow.
Because I guess it's because my ability to talk to people and pull information out of you, and I do it in such a tasteful and graceful way to where it's not like I'm being messy or I'm not trying to destroy your image. And so I try to keep that positivity going along the way. And I think that's what separates me from everybody else, because people want to be like, everybody wants to be like Charlamagne on their first day on the job. You can't do that. He worked his way up to that. Everybody can't be like a Wendy Williams starting out. You got to start off building your relationship so these people will even want to come talk to you. And so that's kind of like where I started. How
you feel about those people? Because I like the Shade Room. And since we're talking about media in high school, I did journalism.
You did?
Yeah,
okay.
as a what I want to call it, as a punishment. You know what I'm saying? A couple of my teachers and administrators went to the guy and was like, hey, look, he need to do the announcements.
Okay.
To put me on blast. And I'm like,
on the intercom.
Yeah, but I used to have to do it on the TV. We had the TVs in there. You know what I'm saying? So just with a little bit of knowledge that I had then, I kind of took a disliking to when social media came, and I kind of had it in my topics today as to how some of these media outlets portray some of our people in there. So when you take a Charlemagne, you take a Wendy Williams, I don't think it's never no positivity with them people. So when you reference them, it's like, what's your take on that? Like, so that part of media.
My take on it is, it's just like you gotta treat it like life. You know, in life you got good people, you got bad people. So everybody can't be positive. If we all did positive media, it would be boring. You know, like somebody got to keep the clout going. Somebody got to
be messy.
Somebody got to be messy. It can't be me. And for some reason, if you go on Instagram or Twitter or whatever, you could put the most positive thing out.
They don't want to see it.
No, it's not even that they don't want to see it. They can't wait to put a negative comment under it. So it's the people. The people only do what people allow. And I feel like, I think it's not their fault. It's our fault. Well, not even our fault because I'm not involved with it, but it's the audience fault for encouraging them to keep going.
With the messy shit,
right? Like Wendy Williams, she wouldn't be as big as she is if everybody didn't love what she did. Like if everybody hated Wendy Williams and didn't want to hear what she had to talk about, she would not be relevant.
So I can agree with that. Now let's go to Charlemagne. Like, no disrespect to the brother, but I remember years ago when Quan was about to do an interview there, and the world can know this. Before he went in there, it was kind of like... Right. And I said, hey, whatever he throw at you, throw it back.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like, why do we have to coach ourselves to be that way?
Be ready.
Well, one of us that kind of understand. We feel like they understand our struggle. We feel like you understand where we come from, what we built to get here. And then it's like one false thing in an interview that you trying to pull out of me can fuck my whole career up. And you trying to do that.
You trying to do that.
Yeah.
I mean, some people see the dollars and they don't care about it. You know, like going back to Wendy, she said, I'm not going to ever be friends with all these people. Like if she becomes friends with everybody and then she got to put out the information, she's going to end up burning relationships. So she chooses not to be friends with celebs just so she doesn't have to deal with like hurting a friendship, or you know, she doesn't have to worry about her loyalty or where she stands with people.
So do you think she have friends?
I don't think she has friends.
So that's one of them things. It's like,
or if she does, they're not in the industry. Put it like that.
But it's like, if I see you as being a slimy person, that's the word we use now in 2020, slime, how the hell can I be your friend? Well, do I accept you for you? You know, if I know Simone gonna go out this room and talk fucked up about me, like, what type of friends do you have?
Well,
you know what I'm saying? When you crossing boundaries, like you consistently crossing boundaries.
I think I watch Wendy. Like I study all the greats. It is, and she's still considered a great, even though she's messy. She's still making M's off of what she's doing.
Yeah.
I think that when you watch her show, it's like an emotional roller coaster. Yeah. It's messy, then it's sentimental, then it's positive, and then it's messy again. Like she's not all 100% all the way throughout the show messy.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes she does bring light to positivity, but it's very rare.
Yeah.
You know, and then her negativity is so strong that's what stands out. So people don't see all of it. But I just feel like she's good at what she does, and she figured out what the niche was. She figured out what people want to hear.
Yeah. So with you coming up in this, and you say your media is based around positivity, like, and I feel the same way with what I try to do. Like, I try to be positive.
Right.
You know, I try not to discuss nothing negative.
Yeah.
And if I do, I try to bring some type of positive insight to it.
Right.
And it was one of the topics that I put on this list for me and you to discuss, because I seen the other day that one of our colleagues in the industry, Lil Baby, went and gave Washington High School $150,000
exactly,
and named a scholarship up under his last title of his album.
Right.
And the media that I seen wasn't him doing that. It was Shade Room. I bet y'all won't post this. You know what I'm saying? And it made me feel some type of way, because instantly I was like, damn, that should have been the first thing
that you post.
You know what I'm saying? But I don't follow I follow you, of course. But outside of that, I don't follow nobody that do
media.
None. Because I just feel like they take and they try to tear us down. You know what I'm saying? Like, I haven't had my viral moment yet. My viral moment be 1,000 people.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? A couple people, and then they don't never tag me and stuff. You know, it's like, damn, it ain't cool. But my DM floods. My DM is the viral part for me. But it's like, damn, like what the hell do we have to do as black people? And I'm not a pro-black person, to get positivity to be looked at in a form, because all these dudes ain't doing negative shit.
We just gotta stop entertaining it. I mean, but people, I I even go back to middle school, elementary, high school, before social media was even here. You always got your messy people. How many fights have you seen in school? You know, like somebody instigating, it's always a female in between, or, you know, stuff like that. Like,
girl, she say you gonna spit in your face.
Yes, like stuff like that. So like, it's not only social media. This was before social media. It's just social media is a platform that brings light to everything that's going on. Everything gets exposed. So it's a bigger platform to put all this mess on.
Yeah, that
so
brings
it's just
me to my next thing that I wanted to ask you. Do you feel like in today's society, is social media, I know it's beneficial, but do you feel like it has hurt society?
It has hurt society. It's so crazy because there's this one topic, and I ain't gonna bring it up because I'm gonna hold it for one of my conversations. I'm gonna go live tomorrow. I'm hoping you ain't got it in your phone because I'm gonna bring this up tomorrow.
I got a bunch of them.
But social media has everybody thinking they should live a certain type of way, be a certain type of. It's poison. Yeah. It is. Like, it makes you feel like me. Look at me. I'm in this career of what I'm doing, and everybody else around me, all my friends got Bentleys, Rolls Royce, whatever. Yeah. And I'm still in my Chevy Cruze. Like, I'm still not where I'm supposed to be. But in my head, I feel like, all right, in order to be respected, I got to pull up in this. In order to be respected, I got to wear this. I got to have this. And it's not like I'm still mentally strong to the point where it's not killing me, or it's not, but it gives me something to work towards because I feel like I'm working towards something higher. It pushes you, but at the same time it destroys you because you don't necessarily need that stuff. Yeah,
if you was insecure, I think you would be doing what they was doing.
What?
Like, fuck this, I'm about to go out here and rent me a Bentley and take a picture in front of it. Or like nowadays, I was just telling my buddy last night because I'm that 70-30 person with social media. It's like, and I got to give props to him because if it weren't for Birdman, Brian Williams, I wouldn't be on it. You know what I'm saying? Because the lifestyle that I lived before it was be
You saw how he approached Charlamagne too. Remember that?
Yeah, I remember that. You know what I'm saying? But he told me in 2015, we was at DARP Studio. He told, I was sitting there and I was like, man, fuck social media. Like, I'm finna get off that shit. And he looked at me and I told this story with 1-5 last week. And he said, how the hell you gonna be in a multi-billion-dollar industry and you don't know what's going on? And he said, nephew, just keep doing what you're doing. Not even knowing he had seen what I be doing. And from the start, I always tell people, you have to pick a lane when you're on social media.
Yeah, you do.
Like, if you choose, you're gonna pick a lane. It's either you're gonna be positive, messy,
that is
either
you're
gonna be a flexer.
Because I can't post a twerk video. If I post a twerk video, everybody gonna look at me like, are you all right? Yeah, they gonna. I'm gonna get. You know how many phone calls I'm gonna get right now if I decide to be an Instagram model. If I decide to, and that's
because I'm gonna call you. I'm gonna be like, what the hell you doing? Like, what the hell? Like, what's up, bro? Like, what? Oh, what?
Look, I posted
how
a
much
picture.
You made off that? Like, I'm literally gonna ask you that.
A lot of questions, because it's gonna look like it's something that put me up to it because everybody knows that's not my character. Yeah. I got a call. I was going out to the club and I posted a dress and I got 4 calls off of that from family members that I haven't talked to in years.
Like, what are you doing?
Yeah, and I'm like, it's just a dress. They're like, nah, you been good. Like, everybody know you got a nice body and this and this and that. You don't have to post all that, Right. And I felt like, damn, I can't. I guess I built my image up to a point where I can't even post I'm going out, or like what I have on when I go out.
Because your social media is you pick the lane, and once you pick that lane,
the inspiration, the grind,
you gotta
keep
stay
pushing.
there. Yeah, because I know some days. I went on a rant last night and I put a comment up and I was like, I'm so tired of being there for people, you know what I'm saying? And people taking this and that wrong. Everybody say they want something pure in their life. But when you give them something pure, they don't know how to take it. I just would pay to visit my uncle. A lot of people know my uncle dead.
Right.
So when I posted that comment, I woke up this morning to like 27 DMs. And people like, what the, like, oh no, we can't lose you. So those were the people that I knew that actually take the time to read and see what I'm talking about. They was like, we can't lose you, whatever. And this lady named
Vaughn. I didn't even see that. That algorithm be messing everybody up. Though.
It was on my story. So, your story kind of like, some people post stories. Like, I post a story for the people that actually want to see
so your close
what's
friends.
going on.
You created a close friend?
No, it's just a regular story.
Okay,
you know what I'm saying? But you got to tap on it.
Right.
When you put a post up there, it just might come by you and you can, you take time to scroll through it or whatever. So the story kind of do me a little bit more justice than the page sometimes. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people hit did it and they was just like, man, what's up with you? I hope you okay. Nobody asked me what was wrong. Everybody was like, bro, like, what the hell? I'm here for you.
Yeah.
You know, because they not used to that.
They not used to seeing that.
Yeah, I done went left field on here. You know what I'm saying? So if I get on there and put some money on there or something like that, like I got family members, all type of people that's gonna call me like, bro, what the hell you doing?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And
the little phone, the money phone.
Yeah, I can't do that. I just can't do it. I posted some money one time and it was like way, way, way inspirational. And I was telling my young dudes, like, it was an old picture of me before rap. A lot of people don't understand, like, before music, I had whatever I had going on. Like, I've been who I am, and I'm like, I probably like 19. I had about $7,000 in my hand, and I was like, hey, you ain't got to rob, kill, steal to have this.
To have this, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You
like,
put a T on.
Yeah, like, this ain't, this the root of all evil. Like, sometimes I hate what money do to people. You know what I'm saying? Relationships, you know what I'm saying? Situationships, women,
everything.
Men.
Everything.
You know what I'm saying? It fuck everything up.
It is definitely the root of all evil. I mean, it's so bad now. Like, I got girlfriends who cannot live without designer stuff. If their designer stuff gets outdated, they're crying, they throwing a tantrum. Like, I need to figure out how to get this money. Now you putting yourself in situations where now you got to go. If you can't buy it yourself, now you got to go mess with somebody or do whatever you can do to get the money.
What type of place do you take in them people's life, though? Like, do you try to motivate them? Like, this ain't what it is? Or are you that friend that's just like, man, do what you do, shout.
I'm a little bit of both, because it comes a point where you can only tell somebody something a few times. Yeah. And then after a while, it's like you talking to a brick wall. So you got to let them fall in order for them to learn. And then when they learn, like, I can't tell you how many friends I got that come back and tell me, you were so right, I should have listened.
That don't make you feel no type of way, though?
It makes me mad, you know, because I'm like,
I tried to help you.
I tried to help you, and now you fail, and now you coming back to me, and now I gotta, because I'm your friend, now I still gotta help pick up the pieces when I saw the situation before it happened.
I think I'm that friend that be like, fuck you. I'm gonna be honest, because I feel like I'm trying to prevent you from being in. Hey, Rollo, please don't make that left turn. Just don't do it, bro. Just don't ask no questions. Don't do it.
I know from experience, don't make that left turn.
He gonna make a left turn. He gets shot, but he live.
Right.
Now you want to come and you want me to tell you, don't make that right turn. Don't make that left turn. Now I got to guide you through something when I already tried to do it. Like, nah, bro, keep making them left turns, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because some of the things in my life, like the person I am.
I felt that when you said it.
Yeah, like, come on, leave me. Like, I don't even want to be your friend.
Right.
Because you done already burnt this bridge, and you burnt this bridge, and God willing, you live through it. I'm trying to teach you something detrimental. Right. Like, please don't do that. Please don't. I had a cousin years ago. We in the club shooting pool. He come to me. He like, cuz, I got to tell you something. I'm like, fuck you. What you got to tell us? You know? And even in that Daisy thing, they like, hey, don't go over there with them dudes. At that time, I was that dude for real.
Right.
I'm like, bro, don't do that.
Right.
What he told me. Shit, 2 days later, I get a phone call. He dead. So that put me in a position in life to be like, hey, if I didn't experience something and I'm telling you don't do it.
Wait, what you mean? Like, did I know him? Did I see him?
Nah, you ain't know him. This was before all of this. This was like, this was before my child was born. So we're talking about like 2006.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? But I tell him, hey, bro, don't do that, bro. Like, don't do that. And
it's just
he get killed. He get killed in the process of it. You know what I'm saying? So with me, it's like, every person in my life, I'm like, look, I got a brother. My brother, 22 months younger than me. Okay. My brother in the streets. I've been in the streets. I'm like, bro, man, y'all need to do this like this.
It's time to get up out of it.
Not even that part. Do this like this.
Right. If you're going to do it, then move this way.
Move like this.
Yeah.
Oh, nigga, you can't tell me about no... Why I can't, bro?
Right.
Just because I'm not socially out here, oh, bro, this is what I'm doing. I can tell you everything about it. And I can tell you about this side, too.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because I done went through that struggle. So I'm that friend that's like, I ain't your friend no more.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
You can't take it. I think I'm too nice sometimes.
I'm way too nice.
I think I'm trying to grow out of that, because me being too nice, it's like a gift and a curse at the same time. Yeah. You know, I'm the nice friend that no matter what, people know they can call me for whatever. But I'm going to be, because I'm so nice, I'll know something about before it happens. The person that's not so nice, that person know not to call that person. So it's like, at least somebody knows what's going on, you know. And
what's
I'm
your
that
sign
person.
when you say nice?
I'm a Gemini.
Okay. Nice. I'm Aquarius. So it's like, I seen a post today and was like, hey, you too old to be talking about what sign you.
No, but that matters.
That shit mean everything to me. Like,
yeah, it does.
Somebody posted some shit some years ago and I seen it and it was like 12 items up under Aquarius, and this was before I went through my psychological, because I used to study psychology, but then when I seen like I'm like I fell back off of, but it always was embedded in my mind. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And when I seen it today, I was like, hell no. Like, I ain't too old to be talking about your sign. I'm going to ask you your sign. Like,
no,
some people...
I do that too because I feel like...
It tell me a lot.
I think I'm so good at it, I could probably tell you your sign, but it's still some of them that I don't know. But I believe... No. And when I know we're not supposed to believe in horoscope, but I think it's some reality to it. Like,
now, let me tell you something. Every Scorpio that I know, I can pinpoint them motherfuckers.
Out of nowhere.
All we got to do is talk. We can talk, and then I might, with them, they
like, you a Scorpio.
You a Scorpio. I got into it with this girl this summer on some street business, like some furniture shit. And she just was talking, and I said, hey, you a Scorpio, ain't you? She was like, yeah. I was like, I'm gonna call you back. My baby mama Scorpio, my dad is Scorpio.
You know
my right hand, I know him. I'm like, y'all got this quality, and it's like they're similar to Aries.
Right.
You can't tell them nothing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like I believe in the zodiac.
Yeah.
The zodiac is a way to live your life, but I don't believe in the relationship part to it. To some parts,
like the compatibility.
Yeah, everybody capable.
Yeah.
If you look at it, it's just what you can deal with. You know what I'm saying? So it's one of them things, you know what I mean?
Right.
So we can go on and on about the signs, you know what I'm saying? My next conversation for you, and it's kind of, it go into the social part. Do you feel like social media has tainted what, and I'm probably a lot older than you, but what we see. A lot
older than me.
Nah, I ain't. God damn.
You just put yourself out there.
Well,
you can't be.
I'm older than everybody in the room, but damn, you know what I mean? Like, I ain't that old lad goat.
I would have gave you like 25.
I fuck with that. I fuck with that. Look at this man. He's gonna laugh me off. But do you feel like it has taken away from relationships?
It definitely has. That's what I was saying. Like,
is that all tied into that one thing?
Okay, let me just tell you right now. We can go into it. I'm gonna talk about it again tomorrow, but let me just tell you because this has been the main topic for the past 2 weeks.
And I guarantee it's one of mine. Let's go.
Okay, so there's a conversation I've had between 5 guys in the last 2 weeks. 5 different guys don't know each other from a can of paint. I talked to them at 5 different times. And each one of them have hit me with the whole polygamy thing. Ooh. And they feel like I'm a monogamous person. You know, I want to be loyal to one person. I want to build, because I got this, that going on. I'm trying to bounce back and forth from coast to coast. I'm trying to, get somewhere media-wise and I'm trying to be this mogul. So I don't have time to be dealing with multiple dudes or dealing with a man who has multiple women. Now I feel like I gotta compete and keep him happy while she's over here doing. I don't have time for that. It's a lot. But all of the guys individually told me that I have the wrong mindset, and I think the wrong way.
Some bitch ass niggas. Because here go my take on that. If you believe in monogamy, that's who you should be. Here's my take on a woman and I was gonna talk to you about relationship. Here's what I look for in a woman. If I'm a fuck nigga and that's what you consider me to be, let me be that person.
Right.
You never go tit for tat with a man.
Right.
So what they telling you to do is diminish your value, your character, dumb yourself down to society and become this type of female. No, that's not you.
Right.
If you believe in loyalty, you believe in loyalty.
I do.
You see what I'm saying?
I believe
and that's what you believe in. So just because you fucking with Rollo and Rollo got 2 hoes, here's my belief. If Rollo give you the red or the blue pill and say, hey, if he gives you an option, hey, Simone, I'll talk to a couple of women, and you decide that you like his vibe, his sex, the way he kissed, the way he look at you, that's on you. You shouldn't feel like in order for me to deal with him, I gotta go fuck with 8 niggas because the way God created the woman, y'all are supposed to be our jewels.
So that's what they were telling me. So I asked them. I said, so if you're dealing with multiple women, does that give me the green light to deal with multiple women? Oh hell no,
it doesn't.
So
it's
so
selfish,
my thing is that's not fair. No, not saying that I would want to do that, but I'm just saying in a polygamous relationship, a woman, it's like open. You know, like there's no loyalty there between you and the man. The man
see, they can have the polygamy. I want the monogamous female, and I want to be loyal in a sense, but I still want to, in a relationship, first of all, I want to be monogamous too. I told my buddies, I was like, and I'll throw it out there, I was like, bruh, like, I love Carrie Hill, son.
Aww.
And I told E this in Ethiopia, because at the time we were signing the capital, I was like, bruh, I just feel like this woman done got to this point in her life to where it's like, I done been through this and that, like, I wouldn't cheat on her. And these niggas was like, not them, but some more of my friends like, bro, you gonna cheat in a week.
Nah, not on Carrie. You
and
Carrie,
I'm like, what? Like, bro, no, I'm not, bro. Like, I know me. See, I was raised with 4 women, and all of them are loyal to the core.
So that's what you know, and that's what you were raised up on. So like some people weren't raised around that, so they feel like, nah, all men gonna cheat regardless. It's just like that Future situation. You gonna cry in the Bentley or you gonna cry in the Honda or whatever he said.
That's some dumb social shit.
Right. So so it's like we gonna cheat regardless, but I'm gonna keep you laced in the latest Balenciaga, Gucci, Louis, Prada, whatever you want. You gonna have the life. You gonna be quiet. You gonna let me come over here, mess with Shorty or whoever she is, and I'm gonna come back to you, and you my main, and everybody know you my main. She play her position, you play your position. So
you don't think all men cheat? Let's go there, because I'm gonna keep it 1,000.
I think from my experiences, I've been in 3 relationships. I think that every man is curious. And it's all about your mental strength. So are you, because temptation, we live in Atlanta. So, I mean, there's so
you can't put it on Atlanta now.
Nah, like literally.
We live in the world. We live like you can't put it on it. Atlanta is a melting pot. There's a lot of ass and titties and fake shit around here.
I don't know. It's something about Atlanta. I still think it's
Man,
Atlanta.
You been to Houston?
I'm born and raised here.
I'm born and raised here too. You been to Houston?
I haven't been to Houston.
Go to Houston. You talking about Atlanta. Shit.
I don't know. But I just feel like every man is going to be tempted. And it's all about who's going to be strong enough to avoid that temptation. Because think about it, like a female, we get how many DMs a day? But we turning away niggas left and right. And it might be one that we give conversation to.
Tell them how many times you turned me down.
Oh, Monte, don't do that.
I'm just fucking with you.
Don't do that. Don't do that. But I'm just saying, it might be one we give conversation to. And then, like, as far as the men go, it's women that all you got to do is have a chain, a nice car, and maybe some type of status. And you can have any female you want.
I don't believe that.
Why you don't?
I just said one key thing, but I done fell in some DMs in my time, just like, because I'm a different type of dude. And it's my time to, like, I'm just a different type of dude. If it look too good, it ain't good to me.
You think so?
Yeah, and I don't want what everybody else want.
Right.
And I don't want a female.
So you wouldn't talk to Lori Harvey?
Probably not.
Okay.
I'm gonna tell you why. It's many reasons why I wouldn't, because I feel like when you grow up looking at a certain lifestyle and that's what you tend to try to go after, that's not me. I was raised different. Right. I was raised that it's 50-50, and this is exactly raw and uncut, straight pure. My mama tells me that dick and pussy got the same value.
Right.
So when it comes to
I agree with that.
Dealing with a woman, like I'm not dealing with no woman that feel like, oh, I got wet pussy and this and that, so you gotta buy me a Bentley or you gotta buy me a car. Like, no, we can go to the Bentley dealership and this shit don't make sense. You gonna buy me one, I could buy you one. The same wants and needs that I have, you have them as well. Like, I should benefit your situation more than I should be an asset to you. More than I am beneficial. I think that also
comes from, well, I think when you talk about being a provider, I think that's where women kind of get, I don't think it has anything
women
to
got
do
that
with,
misconstrued.
Yeah, I don't think it has.
A provider comes with protection, so many more things other than
money.
Financial stability. Yeah, and nowadays it's, oh, you got to be a provider, like, so I just got to give you money. Like, so my dick could be whack. I could be broke as hell. Well, a lot of dudes be broke because I asked that question. I'm gonna ask you that later, what you feel like money is. But in order to say a provider, it's like they strictly want you to be able to buy this and buy that. Oh, you got to pay all the bills. And then women don't even want to go through the right time frame or get to know a person enough because there's so many insecure ass dudes out here that's going out here. I know dudes that hustle and take penitentiary chances to take care of women, not one. You know what I'm saying? So when I ask the question, do you think all men cheat? You say all men curious. I think every human being created to mankind, from women and men. This where I take and I defer a man and a woman, the value of each one. Because one of my questions to you was, do you think men and women are equal? We'll go back to that. Men and women are not equal in a certain aspect of what it is. We were created totally different.
I agree.
Outside of genitals and stuff like that. Mindset, all that, we can have them. But when it comes to lusting, I think men lust a little bit more than women
do. Yeah,
you know
because because we're nurturing, we're emotional, we're loyal. So it's so crazy. Once you fall in love, I've been in love 3 times. Once you fall in love,
3?
Yeah, 3 times. Once you fall in love, you don't see anybody else. It's like, it don't matter who walk past you. If you walking in with him and he come in with the most flashiest whatever, if you're in love, you're not going to see it. You don't even see it. You don't see it.
Yeah.
That's just my personal experience.
I just had that conversation today. I just told somebody today, like, bro, if she loved him that much, bro, she wouldn't even see nothing.
You wouldn't see it.
Around. Because I've been in love twice. And at that particular point, like, let's go back to hurt. Like, hurt actually hurts a man a little bit worse than a woman.
It does.
In a sense.
Y'all can't handle it.
And we can't handle that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, at this point, I think I can handle it now because I done been through so much. It's just like death. So many people that left me that died. It's like...
You become numb to it.
You become very, very, very numb to it. It never gets old, but you just get a little numb to it. And I just feel like when that woman cheat on you, man... Or when you find out that woman, that should be the end of the world.
Well, let me tell you why it's worse when a woman cheats. It's worse because mentally, we'll leave you mentally before we leave you physically.
Yeah.
So if a woman cheats on you, that means she has already left.
She's been cheating.
No, not even that she's been cheating. That means she's been left. Like mentally, she hasn't been with you. She's just been staying around to see how if
she just might like something physical about you. She ain't mentally
not even that. She might just
more.
be trying to figure out if it's going to change or if anything's going to get better before she makes her final decision to walk away. Like we'll hold on until the last little bit because it's always that little bit of hope that things might get better or things that might change. Now, if you get to the point, that's why I feel like it's bad if a man, and this is a different type of woman because right now there's women out here that just all right, one little mess up, they out.
And she like, Jody, what's up? What you doing?
It could be
in her DM,
it could be one little argument, and it's some women that's like that. But like the ones who are loyal, literally, it will take a lot to get to that point. So if you're with a really loyal woman and she decides to step out on a relationship, it's because this has been a long process.
Yeah, and I think, and you're right. That's what hurt us because it's like in my situation, it was like conversation because I was in a 9.5 year relationship that go back to my root, 9.5 years. You know what I'm saying? And when I felt, even when we separated, it was still an attachment because she was telling me she wasn't doing nothing. So we were separating on the terms of, you know what I'm saying? Like I was doing shit that I wasn't supposed to be doing. And I had got to the point to where I was abusive, not physically, but I was being like verbally abusive and mentally. I was being more mentally abusive.
Why do y'all do that? Because I got an issue with that.
I didn't know I was doing it.
So how do you not know?
Okay, this is how I didn't know. My mental abuse was this. We moved into my house. It was my home. Okay. I purchased the home, whatever. She would pay her part of the bills, whatever, but my name was on the home, right?
So you think you should split?
Before you get to a marriage, like I feel like you should build to marriage.
About that.
We'll get to that point. So we were both 50-50.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Doing what we're supposed to do. I wasn't being controlling in a sense, but she thought I was. Okay. And I'm going to tell you why, because I grew up watching my mama be abused. Okay. Physically. Okay. Right? God rest his soul. And that was something that I put in my life that I would never, ever, ever do. I would never put my hands on a woman. Right. Right? So when me and my ex would get into it, she would get very aggressive.
And you would hit below the belt with your words? No. Oh.
Before I would hit below the belt with the words, sometimes I would say little stuff because we would both be attacking each other. We biting. I know how to bite hard. She always used to say that. Boy, you say shit that, you know what I'm saying? And before it would get to a point where I feel like it would feel, I'd be like, get the fuck out of my house. So that was the mental part that I was doing, and I'm not knowing what I'm doing. I
went through that.
You see what I'm saying? And it built her to the point she was like, oh, nigga, you gonna put me out? And I'm like, hell yeah, get out. Because in my mind, I know I done been to psychologists, I done been through this, I done been to anger man, I done been through all of this shit that's keeping me away from tearing your fucking wig off your head. Right. And I'm like, you tempting me. And I feel like women do that, especially when they know the character of the man they dealing with. It's like, I'm gonna try you. Because I was talking to a chick and she would call me all kind of bitch ass niggas when she get mad. And I'm like, hey, look, I'm gonna spit in your face. Right. Like, that's just disrespectful. But they do it because they know that you ain't gonna do nothing to them.
See, so that's the thing with me. I've never called, and any ex can vouch. I've never called any ex out of their name in any type of way, because I believe that words cut deep. You might not remember, like the little mild parts or whatever. You might not even remember what y'all was arguing about, but you're gonna remember what was said.
Yeah, one word, bitch.
You're gonna remember and with me, what I remember the most is get out. Like those two words, I just feel like.
Are you violent though?
No, I'm not violent.
So what would make a man tell you to get out?
My situation was literally an argument. Like, you know how, if it's a guilt trip. So like if somebody.
You didn't went and did some shit and you trying to throw it back on me.
No. Like if I'm gonna just give you a situation. One of my exes, I was riding in the car on the way home. And somebody sent me a picture of him in the DM talking to her on FaceTime or whatever. And she basically...
Him and another chick.
Snitching
on. Well, snitching on.
Well, yeah, she's snitching. She just wanted to let me know.
That this nigga be doing this.
Yeah. I'm like, okay. Like at the end of the day, it was so petty because it's a FaceTime conversation. But what was in the FaceTime and what was going on in the FaceTime is what the issue was. So I didn't say anything. I just sent the picture to him.
Hold on, your dude went on there goddamn playing wacko.
I ain't gonna tell you what was going on.
We gotta keep it pure. This man was fornicating, all type of other shit in the FaceTime. I hope he didn't have to tell you to get out. I hope you left.
So listen. I sent him the picture. I didn't say nothing. And I waited to see, and I'm talking about I got called this, that. It's like reverse psychology.
Narcissistic.
Yeah, it's like I didn't even trip.
Throwing it back on you.
Yeah, I didn't even trip. I sent you the picture and waited to see how you was going to react.
I gave you the rope to hang yourself and you hung yourself.
And what he said was, so you want to break up? That's it? I said, I didn't say anything.
Guilty as hell.
He was guilty. Get out. Like, it just went to a whole nother level. And I'm like, I still haven't said anything. What's going on right now?
So let me ask you this, the inner part today. A movie ends sometimes and we want to feel like, oh, if they would have did this, if they would have did that. Mm-hmm. What was going to happen if he wouldn't have went left? What was in your mind? Was you just going to let that ride?
Nah, I was gonna say something, but
what was you gonna leave?
See, I don't know that. That would have been the first incident. So that wouldn't have been something.
So you feel like you was gonna?
I was gonna let it slide. I was gonna let it slide.
So he just fucked up, and he don't even know he had a down chick that was gonna let it ride. Fellas, some of us gotta chill. Like y'all gotta chill. Like some dudes do be. What she doing? I know. So what you saying? I know so many dudes that feel like they do shit and they don't know what she know, so they just go to doing weird shit, and it's like.
But that's the type of female I am. The type of female I am, I'm gonna know so much before I even say one thing to you. It's like the feds. I'm gonna build up a case.
Yeah.
But when it comes out, are you
snooping to get the information?
So I snooped in my 4.5 year relationship. I was an FBI agent in that relationship.
Why though? Like
why? Because I was.
So in love.
I was with him from 18 to 22. So from 18 to 22, I had to go through that phase. I had to go through high speed chasing down the highway, chasing the female while he in the car with the female. I did the most from there. But then once I turned, after that relationship, I was like, what am I really doing? Like, I wasn't raised like this. My dad passed away. He was real headstrong. So if he would have known I did any of that.
Yeah, he'd have been on your head.
Oh, what? That's not acceptable. And he always said, don't chase no man. Like, if somebody don't want to be with you or somebody give you a hard time.
Yeah,
so like I was taught like that, but But for him to have, this is after he passed away. I'm doing all this because I think if he was here, I don't think I would have did any of that. But
so you would have went against you was going against your roots, following that love trend, that lust. You know what I'm saying? So you didn't strayed off of what it is.
I did.
Trying to live your own life.
Trying to live my own life. I strayed off and
what you should. Because you wouldn't have been able to experience it. And then you don't know because it was in you. You didn't know it was in you. And see, that's the part
I didn't know that was in me.
Strict parents, that's the part of parenting that I'm a parent. We try to balance out. We gotta allow our kids to do certain things so they'll know. See, your dad was here. Guess what? You the one that got married, been in a situation, and then you'd have been doing something that you felt like wasn't in you, but it's there.
Right.
So you had to attack it to be able to see. Now you know.
I saw the real Gemini in me.
The real
in that
part.
relationship. And in that relationship, it brought everything out of me. But I always, like, after we broke up, I said, what did I learn from this relationship? What did I get? What are the pros and cons? Like, as I matured, I thought about everything. I said, I would never be like this for another man. If another man makes me feel like I'm even on the verge of, thank God I ain't bust windows or anything. But if you give me that feeling where I feel like I gotta chase you and hack it to your iCloud and all this, I had it all. Like, I was the worst. So by the time I got to that next relationship, I didn't go snooping for anything.
You was done with it.
Yeah, I was done with being that person. That at this point, the last relationship I was in, I was a woman. You know, it was like, all right, what happens in the dark is gonna come to the light.
You believe in that?
I do. It always exposes itself.
I can't go with that one.
No. Men tell on themselves.
How,
y'all tell on yourself, y'all don't even know.
Y'all be looking for stuff, man. Y'all be looking for stuff. I'm gonna tell you why I say that because and I have put myself in situations at times because it's like if we dating and I call you at 10 o'clock every day, right? You embedded that in your mind. That you gonna call at 10 o'clock every day and when you don't. When I don't, you thinking I done told on myself, but I might have just fell asleep or whatever. So guess what you gonna know? Hold up. I gotta attack this to the world because a lot of the world feel like, oh, intuition. Do you know we misuse the word intuition? We have a strong intuition. Do you know you know intuition is not intuition though? What you mean? Pull your phone out and Google it. All right, let's do this right now. Because instinct is more so what it is. And instinct is something that you're looking for. Intuition, I want her to look it up and we're going to tell the world what intuition is. Because a lot of us read the Urban Dictionary or you want me to read? No, we're going to read Webster. Because a lot of us think, oh, my intuition told me this. No, that's your instinct because it can go two ways. Oxford says intuition is the ability to understand something immediately without the need for conscious reasoning. So intuition ain't intuition. What we define intuition as being is we say without conscious reasoning, right? No, without conscious reasoning. So like, you saying like, okay, basically you're saying intuition is if we're connected. And you can tell me exactly what the hell I'm doing. It ain't no thought. And I'm nowhere near you. Without conscious reasoning. Like, I can tell you at 4:45 you pulled that trigger. That's not true. That's what intuition is. That's too deep into intuition. It's levels to it. No, it is a definition on it. It's we like to misuse it. It's levels. Instinct. I'm gonna tell you why. Because a woman gonna say my intuition telling me you cheating on me. So she's going to say, I followed my intuition, right? Your intuition going to be, you know what? I think he at this girl house. First of all, you done went and did your research and found out who the girl is. That wasn't no intuition. That was your instinct, right? Second of all, if you feel like he doing something, when you get in your car, if you pull up, what if he not doing it? So what is that then? See, my thing is no. Because so it's a gamble. So it's more so like you sense something, but you may not know exactly what it is. Yeah. Okay, so maybe it's instinct. It's instinct. Your instincts are telling you. I used to use intuition so much to where I had one situation, Danica, my first true love, and this was intuition. She got a shout out. She real. She got a shout out. This motherfucker put me through hell. And I'm gonna tell you how. 19 years old. We going through what we going through. I was 20. I might have been 21. We going through what we going through. And one of the prettiest girls, you know, we wrapped in each other's world. And she had came to me and told me she felt like she didn't have to be in a relationship to have sex with somebody else, right? So I'm like, damn. So she had kind of separated herself from me. Long and the short end of it, this particular night, I had busted arteries in my foot. I couldn't walk.
Yikes.
Right? So I'm at the house. She didn't know I had wrecked one of my cars. She didn't know I had my grandma car. So I had this 91 Cadillac Eldorado, clean, fast-ass car sitting outside my apartment. I'm on crutches, right? I ain't supposed to be able to walk. Me and her talking, and she gassing me up. Manipulation at this time. And I'm crazy. I'm badass crazy. Like everybody who knew me back then, I'm badass, low-key, crazy as hell. I got a pistol. I'm going to shoot it. I'm going to fight you. I'm going to do whatever I got to do, right? And she gets on the phone and she's telling me, you know, I love you, all this. I'm like, damn, I finna get my girl back. I'm about to cry. You know what I'm saying? And she was just like, I'm gonna call you back in a minute. Like her phone clicked. She click, came right back. We talked for a minute, like 5 more minutes after that, and she was like, I'm gonna call you back. I don't feel good. Click, hang up in my face. So I lay there, I fall asleep. I'm mesmerized because I'm like, damn, man, we finna get this shit back together, right? I'll have a dream that she was in her cousin's bathroom getting a condom. It's a dream that I have. This vivid, like I'm telling you. I wake up, I'm calling her phone. I had a Nokia, like everybody that had cell phones back then. Like you had to be having something going on to have a cell phone.
Right.
So I'm dialing it, and I put the phone on automatic redial. That's how crazy I am. So I'm crawling to get in the car at this point. I got my pistol. I got a big ass pistol. I'm crying. I'm like, what the fuck? So she answers the phone. She like, what's up? I'm like, what you doing? Man, I'm in Sean's bathroom looking for some Advil. I got a headache.
But you just had a dream that she was in the bathroom getting a condom.
Yeah. She hang up on me. I put the phone on that automatic redial. Before I could get from Six Flag Drive to Panola Road.
That's a long ways.
I got there and no bullshit. I ain't bullshitting to the world. 12 minutes.
Jeez.
I was doing 120.
All the way down.
Flying.
Straight down.
Crying. In my mind, I'm finna go to prison. I don't care if I hit a car. I wanted to die. Like, there's some depression shit. I'm like, I don't give a fuck. I know something ain't right. I pull up at the apartment. My buddy Riley, shout out Riley, used to stay in the apartment. We used to hustle together. Hey, bro, let me in the gate. Oh, hell no, boy. I can hear it in your voice. I ain't letting you in the gate. All right, fuck you then. Park the car. I hop out. I get to the gate. Somebody come. It's and like 2 in the morning, and I pull in. When I pull in, I pull down where she stayed. I'm creeping. And I'm looking around, see nothing out of place. I just so happen to look to the left, and they got garages like way over there. And the nigga, I knew who the nigga was. His car parked there. Y'all, you ever felt that dagger in your heart? You'd have been in love, like. I'm like,
your heart dropped to your stomach.
Man, that motherfucker went through my back and came out my mouth. Fuck my stomach. Like,
right.
I go back to the car. I'm like, fuck this shit. So I'm walking out, and now I crawl up the hill. Keep in mind, I ain't supposed to be walking. I go to her door. I'm finna knock on the door. I'm like, you know what? Nah, I'm going to just tell that bitch tomorrow. I'm talking to myself. I'm going to tell that bitch tomorrow. I knew what she had going on, and I'm done with it. That's going to hurt her more than anything.
It didn't stop there.
Right? I come from the back side. I didn't come from the front side. Her room on the front side. You know what I'm saying? So as this the front door, this the walkway. So as I walk down the walkway, you know, this her room. That whole thing her room. As I'm walking past the window, all I hear,
oh my God. You know that voice.
Nigga, I lose my mind. You feel me? So when I say the difference in intuition and that, like, I've been through that before. Well, that intuition was like right on the
it's
money.
Like you know.
I knew. I'm like, I knew it.
Think, but see,
without a doubt.
But I think a
lot of women be looking for shit.
And you're right. A lot of women do look for it, but I feel like my intuition is just as strong. Like, I don't have to go snoop for it. But you're accurate when you say, all right, a woman might have a feeling, but it's because she went on Instagram and she saw messages or she saw like, that's true.
God ain't just saying, oh, he a fuck nigga. Like, girl, he a bitch.
Right.
No, like, you done seen something. And then that's just like a woman like to say, well, what did you do to tackle her insecurity? I can't make you insecure. Now, if I can, your dad and your mama did a poor ass job of raising you.
Well, no. So let me tell you, this is the way it can happen. So like a woman who's very secure in herself and she falls in love with a man, sometimes that man, if you're raised a certain way, if you're raised by two parents or you have a dad who guided you and, you know, taught you the ropes of life. You know, whoever your next guy is, you kind of look at him to be your king in the future. And so what he says might be golden. And so sometimes those words mean everything. And so like if it's like a situation where I'm like, all right, I'm gonna be the biggest correspondent, blah blah blah, and he says, but your interviews is regular, like what you talking about, like how you gonna do that? So
now he building your insecurity.
Yeah, so he builds an insecurity because you're looking at him for like encouragement or to move forward and be like, yeah, you know, you can do it. And of course you want him to tell you the truth, but if somebody tells you and you might believe it, you know, you might believe that whatever he's saying, and he might be saying it out of anger or out of hate, like he just don't rock with whatever it is that you're doing. But as a woman, you're gonna look at it like, man, we intimate, like we go to bed together every night, we talk to each other about everything, you telling me my interviews regular, and so that I'm not good enough to be a mogul or take it to the next level.
I think I was wrong with that at times because I always felt like, oh, you did something to make me insecure. Because I used to hear that so much. Like, how did I make you insecure? Like, what did I do? Like, you already been insecure. I might have, you know, brought a little bit of it out because I did something, but you was already insecure. You know what I'm saying? And I think with the snooping, like I hate women that snoop. I'm sorry to judge. I gotta be judgmental on that. That was me for
4 years. I
do not like that because it's like I put a post up about it the other day. I'm like, how can you be so happy? How can you be happy with me?
If you constantly checking.
You constantly looking for something. Yeah. You ain't happy with me. You can't be. It's like...
Because you don't trust me.
You don't trust me.
Yeah.
Go on and fuck with Brandon then.
Trust me.
That's what you want. You trying to find a reason. You feel me? She trying to find a reason because you been in her DM. Like, go on and go on that date.
Nah, but I had an ex tell me that I wasn't attractive, that he wasn't attracted to me. So, at that point... Whoa. Yeah.
How did y'all even get to that point where he...
We got to that point because...
Was he saying he wasn't attracted to you no more?
He basically said that I was never his type to begin with.
Well, how the fuck?
But that's where I was confused. So that's what I'm telling you. There's men out here who could verbally abuse you or make you insecure.
Does that stick with you?
It kind of does, you know, Why? In a way. Like, I mean, I don't let it affect my everyday life or nothing. But
it's there.
But I remember. Yeah. I'll never forget that because it's like, how could you get in a relationship with somebody who you're not attracted to?
Let me tell you how.
How?
Or do you already know?
I think I know because he was in the shower one day and I was standing outside of the shower and we were just having our regular daily conversation. And he said something about, you know what I'm afraid of? And I said, what? He said, if you leave me, you either going to blow up or you're going to be something, something, something. So in my head, that made me feel like you're only with me because you think I'm going somewhere, or you're only with me because of the possibilities of what it could bring. So I feel like that's why those words are able to come out of his mouth, because it's like he had underlying intentions. He had ulterior motives.
He had a very ulterior motive.
Yeah. So for him to say that,
I think a lot of men, like they get in situations like that because they lust too. It's like, oh, I'm physically attracted to you. Mm-hmm. I want to try it. Mm-hmm. I try it and it's like, oh shit.
And now everything
it's some people in life that ain't never experienced certain sexual things. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. So we got men that are still little boys because they haven't experienced certain things. We don't have no crash course like women and men. Like, sex is something that just happens. Mm-hmm. Like, they teach you sex education, but that's trying to teach you from getting an STD and wear a condom.
Right.
Like, ain't nobody teaching you how to squirm and how to lick the box and touch it this way and do this. So it's people out here that have more experience than others.
Right.
So if you somebody that just continuously, you 0 for 4. Mm-hmm. Like, you just done got some whack ass dick a couple times in your life. You know what I'm saying? And then you finally get an opportunity to meet an experienced dude or that man, he gets some shit. Okay, they got squirters. Mm-hmm. How many men have been through that in their life?
I don't know. It's not common, right?
It's not common. Right. So, shit, I've been lusting. Simone got nice titties. We just so happen to have a drunk night and you squirt on me. I ain't even thinking about the things that I don't like about you. I'm thinking about the things I do like. Now, I don't want you to fuck with nobody else. And I'm controlling, and it's like, oh, but you can't get that shit to nobody else.
But you got a whole girlfriend at home.
You got a whole girlfriend at home, but she can't do that.
Right. So now you feel like the grass is greener.
Yeah, you feel like the grass green on the other side, but the grass is always green on the other side. Let me tell y'all why. Because it's full of shit. Don't let nobody give y'all that 1980s shit talking about, oh yeah, go on over there. You think the grass green on the other side. No, it's another part to that. In order to make grass green, you got to put manure in it. Shit.
Right.
So go ahead. I want you to go over there. You got to
start from the bottom and build back up.
Yeah, I want you to go on to the other side. I want you to. Because when you leaving me alone, the king that I have became and the queen that you have became, when you leave certain people alone, you know what I'm saying, you coming into certain different things. I feel like this, and I hate to say it because people are like, oh, that's some bitch ass shit you said that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you ain't gonna find another me.
Right.
I don't give a fuck what come with it because something come with everybody. And I feel like
that now. I'm at a point in my life where I feel like that now. That relationship, so all three of them have taught me or made me who I am now.
Yeah.
The combination of who I was raised to be, you know, between my foundation, my parents, and all three relationships, I feel like I'm ready. Like, I feel like I'm ready to be for whatever, you know, and I feel like my confidence is there, and I don't feel like Now, one thing I do know that every woman doesn't make it out of that. You know, like those three relationships.
Some women get trapped into it.
Yes, those three relationships could have made any weak-minded woman terrible for the rest of her life. Yeah. She could have been bringing all those issues from all three relationships into her next one. And the man can't understand he's dealing with such a damaged female. Like,
yeah, I feel like the damage part to it is I don't know how much time we got left, but the damaging the people that have been damaged, you know what I'm saying, they tend to have your lip, bro. They tend to have more of an effect, you know, on like positive people than some of the people. Everybody done been damaged in a sense. If you single, you done went through something in your life that made you feel like, you know what, I can't do this or I can't do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I done been damaged. That shit that I just told you about at 20 years old, like catching somebody I love, fucking. How many men can say they really went through that?
Right.
Like,
you
how
hear about it, or you might find out after the fact, but to actually catch a woman in the act.
I seen it.
But you knew what you were doing when you pulled up in the car. You knew what you was about to see.
I was following this.
Right.
I didn't know what I was about to see. I was just going on this, and I went with intentions to kill. Like, boy, if this over here wanting to kill somebody, you know what I'm saying? And it was going on, and it damaged me, and it didn't stop me from living. But what it did was it took my trust. You go into a situation and you say people got to gain your trust, right? That's not the type of person I am. You don't have to gain my trust. My brother just walked in here, right? I start off giving him trust, and you lose it.
Guilty until proven innocent.
You know, that's, you know what I mean? So it's like the association to certain things put you in the mindset to feel like, I just feel like society is reversed in my mind. Because a lot of things that we believe in, I sit and I look at it and I'm like, it set you up for failure.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because if you go into it just giving people trust, you know what I'm saying, doing all this and that, you set up for failure. You go into it with love, you set up for failure.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Everything you do, you have to try to determine how should I do this. And, you know, they say play chess, not checkers. I hate to put life in a game. Like, oh, you got to play this game. I ain't playing no games with life.
Right.
This shit too precious. I ain't got time to be playing with you.
Right.
I ain't got time to be asking you this and that because I want to do this. Now I'm going to tell you what's going on. Hey, you want to go out and maybe we can have a few drinks, and if we decide you want to fuck, like, people don't know how to be honest.
Do you feel like most men, because I feel like that's something that I go through. I mean, off rip, I think most men know that, okay, at the end of the night, sex is always the end goal.
Well, that's them.
Why do you feel like that's not the case? Like, so are you telling me that's not majority, or are you just saying that's not you? Because I feel like that's majority. I can't speak for majority because
I hang around guys in a sense, you know what I'm saying? And I hang around niggas, you know what I mean? But it's a society thing. It's like, you got females that do the same thing. You got females that be like, I done seen a female like some shit that be like, oh, I'm stirring the pot. Like, she planning on knocking me off. I'm a little bit different.
Right.
If I ask you, let's go out, I really want to talk to you.
Right.
I want to get to know you. Like, I want to feel like, first of all, I want to smell your breath. I want to see, do you have an odor? You know what I'm saying? Like, this just me.
Right.
You feel me?
Right.
Like, then my partner just walked in, he could tell you, like, we done been places. Like, I'm not saying I won't give me no ass.
Right.
But I promise you that night, you going to be like, but that nigga caking, that nigga, I'm going to be doing so much extra shit. Like, I'm talking to you. I want to see your mentality. Right. If I feel like you know, I'm in the music industry. If I feel like every person that come through Alabama that's in this industry, you going to fuck with them, I don't want you.
Right.
Like, I can't do that.
So what you heard about me?
I ain't heard nothing about you.
That's good. I always gotta ask.
I ain't heard nothing about you. You know what I'm saying? Honestly, because I wouldn't have been talking to you in the manner like, hey, you cool? Like, what's up? I can't do that. Because
no, but I just, in being in the industry, it's a little hard. Like, I feel like even when I walked in the studio today, everybody looking at me like, oh, it's another thought walking in the building.
I don't believe that.
Why you don't believe that?
That's
what I felt. That's the person.
I believe it's
everybody
the demeanor.
like,
Your demeanor doesn't say thought. At all. So I want you to kill that. Your demeanor doesn't say thought. We know thought.
So what's that look? What's that look?
Your demeanor don't say that.
Okay.
like it ain't even necessarily how you dress.
Right.
Like I'm gonna tell you, it's certain things that just like it could be a little bit intimidating, but a thought like
that word, that's another topic I'm gonna go live about.
These
intimidation.
Those hoes over there. Oh, you talking about intimidation?
Yes.
I ain't intimidated by shit.
No, but I'm saying why I have guys who told me, I won't talk to you, got too many followers. I won't talk to you, too popular. I won't talk to you because of your career, you're around. It was one dude I was talking to, he was like, I can't do this anymore because you post all these celebrities and all these people, but you don't post me on your page.
I'm gonna tell you what that is. That go back to the insecurity, right? Mm-hmm. So just being a guy, like I'm in the industry. Mm-hmm. But if I'm dating you and you consistently going around Future, you consistently around Future every day, we feel like these niggas gonna shoot they shot.
Right. Okay.
I just don't trust you. So it attacks my insecurity.
Why you don't trust a woman? You're saying if you're insecure.
Yeah, if you insecure, like if you that insecure, you feel like, oh, that nigga gonna fuck my bitch. You know what I'm saying? Like that's literally how nigga be thinking when they be like that. It's like, hey, listen here, baby. Like, even at my age and some of the stuff I go through right now, like, I don't like waitresses and shit like that because of things that I went through in the past. That's consistent. If I could put
So you can't date a bottle girl?
I can with the mindset that I am now, but mentally, I ain't gonna be 100% there.
Okay.
I'm gonna tell you why, because of the things that I'm 5 for 5 with that one. Mm-hmm. I'm 5 for 5. Shawty, I'm 5 for 5.
Right.
You feel me? I got a 1,000% batting average.
Right.
Every last one of them I done ever talked to, I watched their lifestyle change them.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? Okay. So in my mind, depending on how strong you are and what you choosing to do in your life, that's what's gonna bring out that certain little insecurity in me. And it's not that I don't have faith in myself. I don't have faith in you.
Right.
Because I see, well, then he gonna come in here and pop 10 bottles tonight. I'm watching you go from a bona fide schoolgirl to now you coming home, you got lashes on, to now you got a 27 piece in your head.
Now you went and got your body done.
To now you want to go get fucking lipo. Oh, I need some bigger titties. Like, whoa, who the fuck you trying to impress?
Right.
Because we cool over here.
Right.
I ain't 30-minute seconds. I'm fucking y'all night. I'm into you.
I didn't even say nothing about you need to this and do that. So
then boom, you know what they start doing then? They come home, they make problems. You know what I'm saying?
Just so they can find a way to get out and go do whatever.
You broke ass nigga. That's why I feel like that's so prevalent. You know what I'm saying? It's like, it's here. It's right in our face. They go back to the social media shit. It's like, everybody want to feel like who they fucking with is popping. Like, what happened to the low-key dudes like me? Like, I do get a lot of women like that be like, bro, I like the fact that you did. Like, social media is not my life.
See, my thing is, I like, if you're going to be low-key, be significant.
Yeah.
You need to be somebody that's, because I feel like I'm working towards being a power player. So if you're going to be a power player, it doesn't matter if you're on the scene or off the scene, but I need you to have that mindset because at the end of the day, I'm strong-minded. So I'm going to want you to lead me. Mm-hmm. If you can still lead a strong woman, then you're the one.
You're the one. Yeah, I feel that. But what about that strong woman that don't want you to lead?
I can't speak for them because I feel like I don't know any strong women who don't want a man to, because every strong woman I know, they're single and they feel like all they're looking for is a man. Most strong women are single because they just feel like,
I'm gonna tell you why though. It's what we consider the modern day woman. Mm-hmm. That's the new age women. They come into the success, right? With a woman, success has a dollar bill attached to it. Certain women, it has a dollar bill attached to it. You meet a woman that feel like she on the same level as a man, or she got more than you. Oh, that's a motherfucking force to reckon with.
I don't want to feel that way. See, I don't like that feeling.
Listen, I dated one, and I'm talking about dated one,
Seriously?
and it was yes, and it was. We started out, it was, everything was A1.
It's like, you a boss, I'm a boss. We doing this,
this what I used to hear. I want to lead. I want to be a dependent. I'm like.
I don't know any women like that. That's so crazy.
Yeah, but you're saying this to me, but then it's something simple. I can give you something simple. We going through the train in New York one time, and we got a card. Swipe it won't go. I said, give it to me, let me fix it. I'm getting ready to swipe it. It didn't fix. She snatches it and run to the man like, hey, this won't let us through.
Yeah.
I'm supposed to be leading. You got to have faith in me. You don't really want that because I'm going to tell you what money do to women. You find a woman with some money, she feel like she don't need a man. Y'all start to feel.
So?
Hell yeah.
No. On a scale, okay.
I'm gonna buy me a toy, nigga. Like, I don't need no dick for nothing. Like, that's all you good
No.
It's like, bitch, I know how to cook, clean. I could change your brakes. Like,
I want him to calm down and I feel the emotion. No, I'm saying out of 10 women, out of 10 successful women, how many have money and feel they don't need a man?
I'm gonna go 9 out of 10.
I don't think that's true.
How many single?
Because all of them gonna be single. Majority of them gonna be single.
Why? Because it's so many men out. It's either they gonna say status, or he ain't got what I got. Like,
it's one or two things with women who are single and who are successful. Either you don't have enough, or you have too much, and it's messing with the ego.
So let's ask you. Let's talk about you.
Okay.
You are successful. You are successful.
I'm not successful. I'm not there yet.
No, come on, Simone. Like, we're not going to do that. Because I'm even successful and I'm not where I want to be. Success was graduating from high school. So many people don't do that.
I have a successful network. Let's say it like that.
No, you are successful. You have overcome so many things in your life that has leveled you up. You level up. From the time I met you when you text me in 2016 talking about a celebrity basketball game to now.
You remember that?
Hell yeah, I remember it like yesterday. From that point to now, 4 years later, you have went up. You're not in the same place. That's success.
So why am I single?
Yeah.
So I'm single because I feel like I'm coming across those. I think I attract like those insecure men. Those
bomb ass niggas.
Yeah, I feel like that's
why
what I attract.
Why you won't say it?
Cause it's like I don't want to. That's the nice part of me. I could be wrong, so I don't want to just call. You don't
like nice guys though. What's your type though?
I don't have a type. As long as you're smart, intelligent, you can. My thing is, I want to be able to. Our mental to be on the same level. I don't want to start talking about, I don't want to start talking about stuff and you like, who is that? Or what is that? Or what is this? Like, I need you to, if I'm a journalist and I have to know what's going on in the world in order to, right now, if whoever walks up to me, I can interview them because I know what's going on in the world.
Yeah, you want to have a geeky dude. Like, he got to be geeky. Like,
no,
that's geeky in that
sense. That's not geeky.
I might not know about journalism like that.
No,
but I'm intelligent enough to process what you're saying.
I'm not saying journalism. I'm not saying you got to follow everything that I'm doing, but I'm just saying, like, you got to know the little stuff. Like, there was somebody, like, the smallest stuff. I'm like, if I'm like, okay, that little baby is hard. Like, that new song he just dropped, you like, who is little baby? Like, that's when I'm like, okay.
So he wasn't on your level.
No, that doesn't make you not on my level, but now I gotta, before we go into something, now I gotta go backtrack and explain who Lil Baby is, and then it's like by that time, the moment is dead, you know,
you kind of got a type. It just.
No, it's not a type,
you don't want to be so broad and be like, man, I can't fuck with this kind of dude.
You know what's so crazy? So at first my type was
you feel like you wanted a hood dude and he gotta be.
Yeah, no, that was my type at first because I feel like I'm so I was raised in the suburbs, you know, like I'm smart and I had straight A's and I won a homecoming queen. I was most athletic. So I was always a perfect structured life. And so whenever it's somebody who's rebellious and out here doing crazy stuff and stuff that I couldn't do or stuff that'll be
you
like
attracted to it.
Yeah, because it's like it's so different. It's like, wow, you know? But then I started realizing that's not the right way to go. So now like I don't have a type. Now I'm just open to, getting to know different type of. I don't have a type yet.
Whatever is interesting to you.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this, and I think we're going to end it on this one, but I want to ask you this question, and you somebody that I actually wanted to talk to this about. And you just said it, but I want to put it in a form to where we can explain it and talk about it. Do you feel like kids that grow up in double parent households are better off than kids that grow up in single parent households?
I think so. The reason why I say that is because the foundation is still strong, the structure is still there, and you can maneuver. Like, I could survive in the hood right now. I could survive in like I always said, and this is what I want you to remember. I always said that it's important to be that girl that you could take home to your mama, the one you could take to the hood, the one you could take to like an art museum, and the one you could take to a black tie event. So like, if you could take your girl to all 4 places, then she's well-rounded. And I think that most kids that grow up in the suburbs are well-rounded because most people who grow up in the hood are one-track minded. That's all they know. They don't know how it's culture shock when they see a big house. I grew up in an 8-bedroom house. My first car was a drop-top Beamer. My dad drove a Land Rover. My mom drove my mom drove a Land Rover. My dad drove a Navigator. So it's like, and all this stuff, and they own businesses. So I've seen that. But then I'm from Stone Mountain. So I saw how bad Stone Mountain, DeKalb County was getting, and I was able to adapt to that lifestyle. So I just think, people who grow up in the suburbs are more well-rounded, and they're able to be a better asset, or they're better off in life, I feel. So
here's my take on that. I feel opposite. Growing up in a single parent household, growing up in the projects, I grew up in Techwood Homes, Jonesboro North, lived in Grady Homes. I watched my mama go through the come up, right? And I'm going to tell you why I feel that way. I coached high school baseball for 10 years. And I seen those kids that was on your side. Let's say your side right now. We on opposite side.
Don't just say it like I'm Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Hell no. You Fresh Prince today, goddamn. But I seen the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air kids that they weren't coachable, and I seen some that was. So, it's a very opinionated topic. But I also seen those kids. And most of my kids that made it professional, that made it to college, that got scholarship, they were those kids that came from poverty, like low income, whatever, because they wasn't spoiled brats. They didn't feel like everything was given to them. And the life that they had to live was a little bit different. So they wanted a way out. So what I've seen, I used to counsel like battered women. Like, I went through so much stuff trying to get my mind right. Most of the stories that I would hear from people would always be, I feel like abusive men come from double parent households. Yeah, I feel like cheating men come from double parent households.
Why do you think that is?
Because it's what you see. What you grow up and see. Kids are like monkeys and dogs.
What about that single parent that's bringing a different man home every day?
That's what I'm going to tell you. The variety of the single parents is some. But if you had to say on 10 to 10, I think it's 5. It's 50-50 on it. Because most single parents, they're going to shade their kids away from certain stuff. You got the other percentage that's gonna do whatever. They just reckless. That's why they single. You know what I'm saying? Like, watching my mama, and I'm gonna have my mama on the show. Like, it's so, my mama didn't bring men around us like that. My mama was a hustler. My mom, desk like this, with me and my sister would be up under the desk with her at work. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, as I got older, I ain't have a career path. Rollo heard me say this last week. I ain't have a career path. I just wanted to be a hustler, because becoming a product of my environment at that time, my whole family was doing what they was doing. You know what I'm saying? My daddy was locked up for murder. You know what I'm saying? So I felt like, shit, this is what I want to do. But the mentality that I gained when I got older, like, nobody owed me nothing. I didn't feel like I had to follow daddy. It was like my mama. Like, most of the people I know is like that single parent household, they want so much better for themselves because they not used to the navigators and
so let me tell you. So just for your point and listening to what you have to say, I still believe what I believe as far as being better off. But there are that percentage of people who grow up in the big houses in the suburbs who are destroyed.
Yeah,
they're destroyed because all they know is everything that's given to them. They don't know how to. You cut them off and they just fail.
They fall. I got a cousin like that. My mama used to say that all the time. Like, this and that go on, and they don't know how to be social. You don't know that type of stuff. You go home every day and, you know what I'm saying, everything laid out for you.
Because put it like this. You got lower class, middle class, upper class. I think the middle class is the more well-rounded. The upper class is too spoiled. They don't understand the concepts of life.
I can go for
lower
that.
class, I feel like you still missing some screws, but you know how to survive. And
survival is a key. Would you rather be able to, what's the word I could use? If we had to go on survival and what's a way to put it? Would you want somebody to feed you every day or go out there and be able to hunt your food?
I would want, some days I need to be fed, but
I want to go hunt my shit every day.
I need to go hunt. Yes, it's half and half. It's like, I don't want to have to do this every day if I don't have to.
Yeah.
But if I got to, I will. Yeah, but it's like...
It's that mentality though. It's that 2% that we don't understand. And it's like most of the urban community, I feel like this. And I'm gonna be honest with you. I tried, like I have a lot of credentials behind my name, but they were like, people would think it's easy. Like I was an auto mechanic in high school. I went, did what I had to do. I went and did the fire medic one shit. I went and took online courses for
That's
music
why you
management.
love cars.
Yeah, I love cars, you know, but I grew into it. Like that was something that was family oriented to me. And it's like that part of my life is always why I'm gonna be like, you know what? Entrepreneurship, and I'm not pro-black, but entrepreneurship is more of a cultural thing for black people. And I feel like the white man make us feel like we gotta have degrees to work up under them.
You don't. And that's the thing. And the
you
only
see what I'm
reason why
saying? Like that's training you to work up under the white man.
You don't.
You see what I'm saying? Like, no, that's my guy.
I can't tell you one time I've not shown anybody my degree. When I stood up in front of Diddy and told him, if you don't hire me now, you're gonna be asking for me later. Those are my words.
You said that?
Those are my words. I told Diddy, I said, if you don't hire me now, you're going to be asking for me later. And I looked him in the eye and I said that. That's not a degree. That's, he was like, you want to do some work for, like, he hired me on the spot because I was aggressive, because I stood up and I asked for what I want. I told him I had the confidence.
But see, you probably one of those people, because I'm so used to people throwing that around. Oh, I got a degree, da 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 da. Like, that don't make you smart. That just mean that you was able to finish.
Right, it doesn't.
That's it. Yeah. You could have cheated. In college, you could cheat your whole way through. You know what I'm saying? Check my boy.
I mean...
Like, if you know how to get through, you can get through. I was an athlete. So to be honest...
Too. I played basketball all through school and 2 years of college. So
yeah, and you know how it be laid out for you, to be honest.
What? I think that has a lot to do with it, too. I think people who play sports,
way more
you have a different mindset because you have more discipline. You know how it feels to not have playing time. You get consequences. It teaches you life, and you don't understand it until you get older, until you're out of it. But I think all athletes think the same.
Yeah.
I think that's what it is. But the ones who aren't athletic and they got everything handed to them, they don't understand. Like, they don't get the concepts of life.
Yeah, they don't get it. Well, you know what, man? We've been here for a minute. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. Like, I'm gonna bring Miss SYMONE back to be my co-host, because we can go on and on and on and on in conversation, and that's what it's time for some pure shit is all about, because I just feel like, not to knock what nobody else is doing out here in the world when it comes to speaking to the people. Like, I think we had a very, very great conversation for the women, the men, the cheaters, the whatever, and I think anybody looking at the show can look at this 50 minutes that we just put in front of them and say, hey, I can either do this or I could either do that. And it's positivity. You know what I'm saying? So one of the things that I want to put to the people is positivity. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, we're going to go left a little bit. Some of us going to always want to go right. I got a partner, his son decided he want to go right in his life. You know what I'm saying? But, I appreciate everybody for tuning in, man. Y'all tune into the next episode of It's Time for Some Pure Shit. You know what I'm saying? I want to appreciate my guest today, and I definitely want to give her the utmost, you know what I'm saying, for coming through, stopping with me.
Yes.
You know what I mean? It's an investment. Everything in life, man, if I could leave out on some positivity, man, anything you put your mind to can be achieved. Don't let nobody tell nobody no. Don't let nobody tell you no. I don't like to say I can't. You know what I'm saying? And for my men, for my fellas, your word is all you have. You know what I mean? If you give somebody your word, stand on your word. Everybody that done came through, SYMONE, she gave me her word on a busy schedule. I gave my word. I give whatever. You know what what I'm saying? Stand on your word and live by that pure code, man.
And make sure y'all follow me. I got to plug myself.
You got to plug yourself,
plug
man.
myself.
Tell them your IG. Let's go.
Make sure y'all follow me. It's MIASIA Simone. The easiest way to remember my name is not your Asia. It's MIASIA. It's MIASIASYMONE. Simone.
Yeah, and go
and
follow
that's on
me.
all platforms.
And go follow me, Rich Homie Monte. No spaces, and it's time for some pure shit. Let's go up.